everyone, my name is Mitz, and here we are back at Higurashi When They Cry. So, as the last episode, everything just came crumbling all the way down for Rika. Everyone's starting to remember about their old past mistakes and other loops and lines of this game, every single installment, yet Teppei's uncle is now back. And now, immediately, Sadako is back to just how she acted like last year, and no matter what new things that happen in this line with Akasaka returning and even having a relationship with Miyata and those bodyguards are not gonna help at all with goddamn Oishi like in the police like thinking that Teppei's gonna be the next victim for the Oyashirasuma's curse. So yeah, these people are taking bigger action to make things try to get Sadako the situation even sooner. Yet they had to resort down to just the tactics of just like reporting it, calling Child Protective Services, even though it's not going to help out in the long run, and slowly trying to see what they can do, well, without the help of Rika, who by this point, after how many times she's tried this exact same loop, both asking for people's help and also trying to do things her own way, with trying to restrain actually, use the medicine, which thinking about it now, that medicine's probably where she got it from. It was from Erie, which you only learn about that in this installment, so doesn't exactly explain what the disease is, but like now I'm just thinking it's just some sort of like just mood, I guess, suppressor, just to stabilize someone out, I guess. Literally, just in the sound of it. It's not anything about actually tearing people over to the edge, which yeah, that explains where she got that all the time, and but And I guess that means the people in the white coat actually from the sound of the first installment who's thrown to Katie's house and called out to him saying he was basically gone. That might explain why they just chased after him, because they were there to help restrain him. And since they were having an effect of him Sadako and Rika as I guess friends, no wonder Eri would be on board to like, call him make sure to subdue Keiichi, honestly. I need to reread that section of the note though, see them if that's the reason why, if they found and tore it out like that, or someone else. I need to look for that even more, though. I need to reread that, though. Oh, boy. But let's see what everyone has their plan for to get Sadako's situation, especially since Rika's seen it so many times before, and it's all coming back the same. At least there's that small added thing that Teppei's actually stressed out from the Child Protective Services, honestly, all that, so yeah. Damn it, why did she do that? Shion? Oh no, I think she had the right idea, honestly, and nothing else is gonna work. If she remembers literally everything, like vaguely remembers every other timeline, then why not the best option? Especially the way how it's going with Sadako being almost forced to be boiled alive in the bath when Teppei just out of the house, whether he's technically secretly dead or alive by the end of it. Yeah, just need to figure out how his body vanished. That's what I expected. Mian called me in the middle of the night. The social worker went to Sadako's house tonight after getting a call from the school. They had a talk with Sadako and her uncle. He told them that Sadako didn't go to school today because of a cold. He also claimed he didn't call the school because he didn't have the number. He explained that he spoke with Chi-sensei politely and that she just misunderstood his behavior. Yay. Sadako didn't really talk, but she denied what her uncle was, but she never denied what her uncle was saying. So she said there's no abuse and that she doesn't need any help? Yes. Sadako's always thought her brother disappeared because she kept relying on him. That's why she thinks she needs a handle on her own without seeking anyone's help this time? That's ridiculous. Well, according to the social worker, she didn't have any obvious injuries, so they think this isn't an urgent case. Since that she's being fed and she has a place to sleep too, I think didn't they call the social worker like days later, honestly, so that's when he was yeah, it was worse for her, honestly. Shouldn't it be a given? Are you saying it's not abuse as long as she has something to eat and somewhere to sleep? Okay, Kate, you're going down the same exact path you did in the third installment, and you were just telling Shion off for not doing that, and you better not be going down that route. You be a hypocrite. That's how they view it, at least. In some cases, people refuse to even let the social worker come inside the house. Just because they were able to talk with her uncle tonight, they determined that it wasn't urgent. So after all of that, they decided to wait and see. I bet Shion is disappointed. Yeah, I talked to her, she screamed at me over the phone. Just like how Sadako refuses to seek anyone's help because of Satoshi, Shion is also trying desperately to save Sadako because of him. She seems calm now, though. You know, she's very upset. Upsetly calm. I know this isn't time for complaining, but where the hell did Satoshi go? He's over there in, you know, that other prefecture county. Somewhere in that direction where I'm gesturing. His sister's in danger. I have no idea where he is. I know. I'm sorry. I was hoping that he would save her if he came back. But it's always time to think about that, huh? I can't hope for someone else to save her. We're the ones who will. Even thinking about it, if I'm, really thinking about it, then Satoshi's like, if Satoshi's alive and, like, you know, running the lamb or something like that, of course he would know what's happening, and no one would be able to contact him either, because, yeah, this is, like, the 80s, and the only way you can do this, like, him, actually, like, by a phone booth or letter, and, they don't really know how to do that, and so far, Satoshi is not called back at all. So, That's right. We have to do what we can. I'm impressed with the power of the Sonozaki family, though. You have information from the social worker already. You must have a spy in the center. Or, you know, Mashie was just in the bushes watching it all take place to go down. That's a national secret. National or global? So you know someone who knows a lot of the center? Did they give you an idea of what we should do next? Well, I was advised to stay calm and see what happens. What the hell? Did you talk to them about the situation she's in right now? Her uncle's locking her up and he's abusing her. Why should we just kick him back and see what happens? Well, Kei-chan, this is not my opinion, okay? I'm just telling you what I was told by my contact. See, it is true that Sadako didn't show up at school today, but just one day. Yeah, it's like, honestly, that's Nato, which I can completely believe, but in the third installment, where it's like many days have passed without her being there and all that. There's that, and it's still, nothing happened then either, but it makes it, it's a bit more understandable here. Like, it was one day, and to social workers, everyone's almost freaking out about it. It's not like she's been absent for weeks or months. We can't really deny the possibility that she has a cold, for now. But she's being abused. You're saying that we should stay calm while she's being physically and emotionally harmed? Wait a minute, Kei-chan, that's the whole point. What, her being harmed? Okay. We're concerned because we know what happened to her last year. But she wasn't hurt yesterday or today. We can't really prove if she's being abused or not. She may not have a bruise in her body, but it's only a matter of time. There's also emotional scars, too. Besides, isn't it abuse to force her to come back and live with them? Again, it's the whole legal guardian thingy again. Remember what we were talking about at school? It's normal for a legal guardian to take in the child under their custody. We can't definitely say that it's abuse yet. But we have to do something before it happens. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for yelling at you. And I'm just wondering, can you, well, obviously, I'm just now thinking about it. Like, I'm just wondering how you could swap out a legal guardian for a kid when the legal guardian isn't there to, like, you know, talk about it. Like, how do you just swap them out so, they can go to someone else? I mean, going along with the whole fact that, like, Rika and Hanya, like, silly can't go back in time with all that, it could be now new to explore, but, I feel it's gonna take, like, by now, it's gonna be, like, they can only go these 2 weeks. By the time they put the paperwork in, if it was even a viable option, it would take a while to, I guess, fully authorize. If I don't know anything about, like, the whole transferring of guardianship over to someone else, so I don't know if there's anything that you need to do, or, like, literally what I'm doing, like, I'm saying is absolutely impossible right now under, like, normal legal restrictions, and honestly, but that, like, it could be an option, maybe. But I guess, like, everyone would still just assume, like, oh yeah, he's gone, we don't need to worry about him anymore, which still makes sense, but still. Maybe Rika had already brought up that idea before, once or twice. Didn't work either. The whole it needs months to verify thing, which is yay. I knew that wasn't Mion's opinion, but I felt like she was telling me that, and I raised my voice. When I sensed her dismay, I quickly apologized. I explained to my contact what happened to Sadako last year. But last year's case was resolved by waiting it out too. Last year's abuse only stopped because of the fourth curse, right? Whether Satoshi killed or not, like, literally, it's still goddamn up in the air if he actually did kill, okay? I will believe to my last goddamn breath until it's, like, said outright. It's not like the Child Consultation Center resolved it. So, either way, both last year and now, the Child Consultation Center doesn't think her case warrants that much urgency. He thinks our point of this time is that difference in urgency between us and them. I see. We've done what we can. For now. Now we need to come up with a plan B. We should have a meeting tomorrow. With all the fearless members of our club. We've gone through worse than this before. We'll save her for sure. Yes. As he spoke, I felt less angry about the decision that the Child Consultation Center made. It was something that we expected anyway. I was being emotional for a while, but Mia wasn't taking it personally. She's usually a tough person, but I know that she feels very weak when something like this happens. I have to be careful not to get too emotional with her. Yeah, like last time. Our enemy was Tepe. I couldn't yell at my friend just because I was frustrated. I almost forget sometimes, but Mion is a girl. Oh my gosh, look at that! You're learning over supernatural stuff from other timelines. There's no way yelling at her without cause wouldn't hurt her. I think I have a tendency to lash out with my emotions sometimes. I definitely need to rein it in, that bad habit, especially during emergencies like this. All I could do by myself was probably the same thing Shion was suggesting earlier. Look at that! Tag team it. But I knew it would make Sadako happy. We club members are fearless. The power I possess is the smallest among all of us. That's why I need to communicate with them. If we reunited, we would be able to come up with a better plan. I couldn't think of a plan all by myself. 3 heads are better than 1. We would definitely figure something out. Wouldn't we, like, definitely 4 be? Oh. I don't think Rika's gonna respond well, honestly, by this point, so, yeah, it's all on your own, honestly. I'm gonna call Rika-chan now. We call Reina? Sure. Reina was a good match for Shion today. She impressed me a lot. Didn't you handle Shion, though? Not you? Not her, actually? Like, she just said, what came to mind, honestly, from, the last installment, but, you're the one who stood your ground against her, so, stop being fucking modest, you fuck. She's tough when push comes to shove. Yeah, Reina is always reliable when we're in trouble. But you impressed me too, Kei-chan. You were kind of cool today. I just kind of feel embarrassed now. That speech is a little corny, huh? Do you have a bandage over your forehead now? Please tell me you did. You treated it. I'm hanging up now. I'm sure Reina's waiting. Give her a call, okay? Yep. Say hi to Rika-chan for me. I think she's been hurt the most by all of this. Rika-chan was looking at the ground with a depressed look on her face all day. My chest hurt just remembering it. It must be even more painful to look at Sadako. Mion hung up the phone. I also hung up, then called Reina. She picked up the phone after 1 ring, which surprised me. She was waiting, like a viper strike. She settled next by to her prey's nest with the phone line. Hello, Reina? You were waiting for the call, huh? Yes. I called you, but it was busy, so I didn't know what to do. You called me when I was talking with Mion. She's calling Rika-chan now. She told me to call you. Well, let me explain to you what happened. Okay, is the case on hold? Yeah. Unfortunately. I'm really upset, but that's what we expected. I can guess what they said. It's only been a day, there's nothing definite. She may have missed school because she really had a cold today. Plus, she doesn't have any obvious injuries. Is my guess right? Did you put a bug on my phone? A ladybug, yes. Yeah, you got exactly right. It's total bullshit. It's only been a day, such a horrible phrase, isn't it? But since it'll be too late or he really hurts her. If he really does, then Sadako's injuries will be plain for everyone to see. If that happens, her uncle will never let any social worker see her. And then they'll just say they couldn't find any signs of abuse and go back to waiting again. Yay, the system. Such a huge contradiction, isn't it? Apparently need court approval to force entry, but applying for that isn't easy. So while social workers may be supposed to have great legal power, In reality, their hands are tied and they can't act if the family turns them away. They're not the police. They're the ones who storm in even if they had to break windows to do so. Okay. Damn it. Then who does have the right to break those windows? Some criminal, apparently, if it's not the police. If we did, I'd smash them wide open. Okay, you're mimicking whoever you're talking to in the line right now a tiny bit. Yeah. Anyway, they're not serious with this case. They have no idea what will happen to Sadako if we don't do anything about it. I'm impressed. Wait, what? Why? You just moved to the village not too long ago. You only known her for just a few months. Few months? It's been 1 month! What has happened to this timeline now? But you're so serious about saving her. You don't even know what happened to her last year. But you can imagine how hurt Sadako-chan is right now. I already have a good idea what happened last year without anyone telling me or hinting to me. If you were an ordinary person, I'm sure that you'd tell us. Just relax, only been a day. It's not that difficult to imagine how horrible it is for her. I also heard from you guys how terrible it was last year. There's no question this case requires immediate attention. That's still impressive. You saw Chi-chan when she tried to leave the classroom. You said there was pretty deep. Do you think Sadako would appreciate it if you saved her by committing murder? I mean, it mostly just comes down to the fact of she doesn't want help at all, and like she'll get like self-destructive on that end, which I don't know if it's good for anyone involved either way. So even with taking that moral thing to ground, like that permission to count, then yeah, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Advocate for murder when there's nothing else left. Nothing else left. Nothing else left. Emphasis on nothing else left. It's not something an average boy would say. But, sorry, but I thought you were gonna say something like what Chi-chan suggested. Vaguely. That's our Reina. She saw right through me to the core of an apple. To be honest, I was able to keep my calm because Shion caused that commotion. I too thought our only option was to kill him. What's there to hesitate about? Everything would be resolved if we went over and killed our uncle right away. I thought those same things myself. All you have to do is call. All you have to do then is call Teppei, and then lure him out to the police station, and then you and Shion just ambush him. Instead of just one person this time, you both take turns, like, smashing his head in, and then you just carry his body with the power of 2, all the way to the swamp. Nice. And then I thought about how I would actually kill him. First, I'd sell him with a metal bat or something. Symbolic justice. Before that, I would scope out his house and dig the hole to bury his body in ahead of time. Which, it was a good idea in practice, but since you ran, it kind of was pointless in the, well, in the aftermath anyway. Which, thinking about it, well, the police had seen that, like, hole actually nearby. Which again, I brought, like, you just say Sadako was, like, one of her traps or anything like that she used before her uncle came around. When I imagined it, I envisioned myself actually digging the hole with a camping shovel in the woods. I repeated, "This is for Sadako. This is for Sadako." My mind, like a mantra, trying to forget the way to the murder ahead. I relived that exhaustion and frustration. I could very clearly imagine myself standing there, soaking with sweat and covered in mosquito bites. Then I'm sure I'd call her uncle or something to lure him out of the house and bludgeon him to death. Wow, you have the exact same similar plan of like last time. You don't remember anything at all, do you? God damn it. Then I repeated my mantra, "This is for Sadako. This is for Sadako," blaming her for that serious crime to try to avoid my own guilt after committing murder. It's not really her fault then. I don't think you had that same, like, you mentioned that as well, in the 3rd installment, but putting the blame on her for it is, a bit extreme. Then yeah, you fucking asshole. Did Sadako ask me to do that? Am I gonna blame it all on her because I committed murder? No, you're just, like, if you just cite her as a motive, then that's fine, technically, but if you blame it on them, screw you, actually. Am I gonna blame it all on her because I committed murder? Would she appreciate that? No, she wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to tell anyone that I killed someone. No one would appreciate my deed. I had to carry that burden for the rest of my life. That pathetic future is one I couldn't imagine the rush I felt before carrying out the murder. I said to kill him so return us to happier times. Well, thinking about it, I'm, like, everyone, like, it says, it's bad now from what they remember last time, but we probably don't. I wonder how everyone would actually felt, like, in the moment then. Because, like, Mian was definitely, like, playing the professional, and Keiichi brought the whole thing up with him, this sounds like he family, but I'm not just wondering how she would have felt about it in the moment. If the police weren't there to watch over Teppei, actually. What she would then do, actually, so, And we can also just assume from what the bodyguards said from Takano that the Sonoseki group can't do the same thing either because the police are just scoping it out are keeping a close eye in the family too. I said to kill him so it could return us to happier times. The act of murder also meant shattering the thin path that could lead us back there. I was able to imagine it that far ahead. That's why I didn't say it out loud like Shion did. If I hadn't thought that far, I probably would have joined Shion shouting, "Kill him! Kill him!" Which, to be fair, honestly, Shion was in that mental state to the very end. And her, Miyakashi, and for you technically had an entire thing where you committed the deed, and then almost everything broke around you, so, like, you snapped out of it a tiny bit, and Shion didn't have that in her, little run, so, technically speaking, it's all different circumstances, so still. It would have been really hopeless if you had done that. I'm glad you had such a vivid imagination. I'm glad. Are you telling me that never fucking happened? Was that really just my imagination, though? Did I imagine killing her uncle in my head? Can imagination alone really be vivid? Yes, there's some things called, like, hallucinations, too. I could smell the earth, taste the scattered dirt flying to my mouth, see the pebbles scattering as I shove my shovel down, hear the roots cracking from its weight. Again, you have very vivid hallucinations, imagination. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The image was so real. It felt more like I had actually done in the past. No, look, it's shared psychosis. We never had this happen before in our lives, okay, Keiichi? Don't worry about it. That's right. It's important to imagine the consequences. Right. You don't want to grow up with no imagination. Oh boy. I think you'll grow up to be a calm, reasonable adult, Keiichi-kun. I wonder if that was only my imagination. I feel like I've been through a different life before. People with good imaginations can take a look at every possibility. And, oh, I'm just getting reminded now. Even if, like, you weren't the one to cause it, if someone was there in the area and saw it happen, I'm just now getting reminded of, like, sometimes they can get post-traumatic stress disorder, like, the stress in the situation itself. It was, that high octane. Like, imagine if someone was around when they saw, like, Reina and Rina, like, fight off, honestly. And depending on how close even were, yeah, that probably, like, depending on how terrible it got, it will probably stick with them, especially if they're also the same age as, Reina, so, yay. People with good imaginations can take a look at every possibility. If you really feel like you saw the future, think it wasn't just your imagination. You saw a possible future that couldn't have happened. That could have happened. So people with good imagination can take a look at every possibility without failure. Wow, I guess that means that Eri definitely was without imagination. In that imaginary world, the Child Consultation Center put her case on hold too. Sadako came back to the school for a while, but she broke after only a few days. Sadako was bearing the abuse, but even something small would be enough to break her. Just like an old bowl that has a crack in it. Yeah, just like the same with her, like, you don't even have to be the one to commit a deed, just like, it'd be something similar to her, honestly, just being in that situation, honestly. Yeah. Just like an old bowl that has a crack in it. One day that crack will eventually widen, the bowl will shatter. In my imaginary world, Sadako broke. I rubbed her head. She thought my hand was her uncle's hand. She pushed me away and hid behind the curtain, and cried out for her brother, saying, "Nini! Nini!" Who told you that she called her brother Nini? You did! Don't worry about it. Huh? Oh, I don't know. I guess someone did. That's what she calls Satoshi, right? Well, anyway, it was devastating to hear her cry like that. I wanted to comfort her, but I couldn't even get close. She cried even more as I walked closer to her because she thought I was her uncle. You're amazing, Keiichi-kun. I can't believe that was only your imagination. That's exactly how Sadako-chan was last year. Look, that means Keiichi's technically right now just as smart as you, Reina. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I remember it clearly, but it's impressive how you can imagine it, since you've only been here for a few months. You can read people like a book, okay? You really are amazing. That explains why you feel the same urgency as we do. So you feel the same way I do? Yes. I can't imagine as clearly as you have, but I think Sadako-chan will break in a few days if we don't do anything about this. I think she will hide behind the curtain and scream for Nini the same way then, like you said. That's when we'll finally realize something. It's not a crime to be powerless. It's a crime to do nothing. What? It's only my imagination, but I'm crying, as though it's happening right in front of me. Reina can also sense how urgently we need to save Sadako. Not everyone feels that way, though. My friends all do, but they're special. And normal people like those at the Child Concentration Center see us as overreacting. They have a point, though. We have supernatural visions, and they don't. So, who would believe the kids saying the truth? They don't really have anything to say back to them if they're gonna claim it's only been one day. It's just like getting a cold. Doctors always say, let's see what happens for a couple days. Reina, I think we should trust our instincts. We have no time to spare. We have to save Sadako now. Yes. Even if I can't come up with a good idea on our own, together we can't accomplish anything. When I was down and depressed before, someone told me the same thing. I think now is the time to come together and show people what we can do. Yeah. I don't know who told you that, but that's exactly how I feel. The visions. The shared hallucination psychosis. It was strange. I've had this feeling ever since Reina told me this story at school. I felt like I, too, once learned a lesson from some event. But Reina I only met recently. I guess just a coincidence. Anyway, I was so lonely in some imagination. I thought it was stupid for them to only sit and think about how they could save Sadako, and I made a selfish decision. But I eventually learned, just like Reina did, you'll never come up with anything good by worrying about something on your own. You have to talk to your friends. That way they will help you reach the best possible solution. Well, you said something when you stood in Shi-chan's way today. You told her to trust you. You said you didn't have an idea yet, but that you would find one soon. I'm gonna trust you. So if you don't, I'm putting the blame on you. I believe that you will come up with the best solution. Don't just rely on me. Give me ideas if you have any. Oh, that's not what I meant. I have faith in my friends at all times. All times, you say? I'm gonna trust us. I know that we can save Sadako-chan, but we're not gonna use a shortcut. That's right. We will save her from this mess. Keep on believing. I believe in us too. I will never think that I'm the only one who's trying to save her. I believe that all of us feel the same way. Let's have a meeting tomorrow. Chi-sensei might have new information too. We may not be able to come up with a good idea right away, but she might have something. Yeah, you're right. I know there's always another option. That's right. We're not gonna give up. There is a better way. I'm sure there is. We may not find it right away, but we'll never give up. No, never. Mia praised her for it too, but Reina really is strong in a crisis. I got a little emotional while I was talking with Mia, but Reina's different. You get a calming sense with her. Her fire is quiet and blue. Oh yeah, I was gonna say at one point that I'm like the blue flame on a normal a fire is actually the strongest and hottest actually of all of it. Maybe like the orange, maybe the brightest, but the blue blaze actually is way harder and stronger. So at first glance, it seems less than my bright red, roaring blaze, but the truth is the opposite. Blue flames burn far hotter. As I spoke with Reina, I found my useless, wild energy calming down so I could rationally search for the best solution. Through that, I felt Reina's strength. Though, apparently, Reina felt similarly about me. When I'm talking about you, I feel like I can accomplish anything. You're so strong and reliable. I feel more courageous when I talk with you. I feel more confident that we can say Sadako-chan. I get calmness from you too. And you get confidence from me. We balance each other out like that, huh? We're a good combination. What are you gonna say about the rest of the friend group then, huh? What are you gonna say about that then? Michan has a lot of power as a member of the Sonseki family, but she has a very frail heart. I believe that you and I can support her. That's right. We have nothing to be scared of. Yeah, I agree. Talking to Reina made me feel very confident. If I can share that confidence with my friends, I'll never feel down and miserable ever again. I'm gonna give my power to the other club members, so I can fight even harder. Rika-chan is very depressed right now. She lost her will to fight. After everything she has in her brain, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure she'll get that will back when she sees us working hard. You're right. Once she gets her willpower back, nothing can stop us. I'll see you tomorrow. Let's talk about our plan, and involve the principal too. We should get advice from as many people as we can. Let's find the best possible solution. That's the best thing we can do right now. Yeah. We'll do it with our own hands. I got off the phone with Reina. That was a very passionate conversation we were having. It's unfortunate that the Child Consultation Center came to the conclusion they did. But if they could still decide to wait and see, that proved that Sadako is still safe for now. We are no more than children. Worrying about too much won't cause us to come up with any good ideas. Murder isn't a real solution, one of Mother's other chips on the table. But I had to admit, I thought about it once. It's easy to burn up in rage. However, I had to stay calm, like Reina. She was still burning up. Orange flames, though. Her she has orange hair, and yet she's technically a blue flame in passing. Burning up very calmly, with a blue and quiet flame. I'd never seen anything like that before. Keiichi, go take a bath already! Mom, I'm in a moment right now! Hurry up! Okay. I heard my mom speaking to me. When's the last time we actually heard anything at Katie's parents, honestly? Man, it's like we mostly just got used in the very first 3 installments, and after that, because of perspective shifts, this dropped to the face of the earth, apparently. My good god. You can go ahead of me, Mom. I need more time to think about what to do with Sadako. I mean, Katie did the same thing in the bath, the shower. You know, there's such a thing as shower thoughts too, you know. Everyone else is probably doing the same. You should go first. There's bath salt from the real hot springs in there. It feels really good in your skin. Oh wow, I can't believe it. Akasaka sent some over in the mail. I don't think there's bath salt in real hot springs. Oh, milk tastes so good after a bath. My dad's in a good mood. He probably finishes work. He's as scary as a bear when he has artist block. A bear, you say. Maybe my parents could help with an idea. They're the closest adults to me, after all. Should I talk to them? Yes. I keep fucking explaining about this to you. You can't hear me, Keiichi, but I know I kept saying the same thing the first 3 installments. And look at that. Look what happened every single time. Stupid question. I had no reason not to. I had to talk to them and seek some advice. Say it over dinner. Hey, Dad. There's something I want to talk to you about. Huh? What's this? Is it the auction of the coming festival? In my full support. Speaking of which, when is the next festival committee meeting? They called me to participate too. I'll have to mark my calendar. Oh, okay, that's new. Cause like even every time the parents were brought up, they always stayed home and they never participated in the town itself. I guess still getting acclimated to everything around. So that's interesting. I'll have to mark my calendar. Oh no, it's not about that. My classmate is in trouble. As I talked with Sadako, my mom joined us and listened as well. My dad is a strange artist, but my mom is a normal person with common sense. So talk to your mom instead. She was the one who gave the cool sound advice or mystery novel saying make sure the crime does not have a beginning. That's some good sense right there. She might be able to help. I just got a call and found out they put her case on hold. We're wondering what we should do now. They already called the China Consultation Center, so you should let them take care of it. But she was being abused last year too, right? I don't know how bad it was, but I think it's wrong for her to force her to move out of her friend's place. He was neglecting her for a year, after all. We can't just wait and see what happens just because the consultation center said to. Like, you guys are just like chaining tact already. We're her friends, so we want to be more aggressive about saving her. But we have no idea how we can do that. Keiichi, don't even think about attacking him. Not even a little bit, Mom. I'm not. I wouldn't talk to you guys if that wasn't in my mind. Well, that's true. I thought you might ask us to commit a perfect crime. Okay. Hey, I would never ask my parents something like that. Who have you done with them? You're imposters! I think. Keiichi, you're right. There are many battles in this world, but it's always important that you follow the rules. The rules. Every time that comes up, again, it's probably just me as like about autism and ADHD stuff, but again, I bring in the whole fact of if I don't understand the rules completely or why they're there, I will not follow them unless I know exactly why they're there. If they're just there, just hey, you kid over there, you were rambunctious and fucking brat, follow these fucking rules or you be punished. Why we have the rules in place when something unfair, then don't fucking worry about it. We tell you what to do. If you don't listen to us, then you better respect our authority, and that's that. If you raise your voice against us, mister, you're going down. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. It was like that even younger, too. There are many battles in this world, but it's always important that you follow the rules. People won't help you if you're going to break them. They won't respect you either. That depends if the rules don't help at all. Depends what company you keep. I'll say that much. You're going a more true, lawful path. But what about when that can't help? Honestly, it makes sense of what you guys remember now, but with everything, and this is just one perspective with this normal household, that's not always the case. It's not always the case. I'll keep saying that over and over again. Especially the people making the rules hate this group of people just because they exist. You have to fight according to the rules. Yeah, you think actually almost like true outsiders because again, I'll bring the entire Frozen Stone with them. The town had to do protests and even sometimes violent protests actually, so the people who are actually causing forcing them out of their homes. It's not really gonna work because fighting with the rules didn't exactly get them out of the situation. I can completely buy that the murder happened the damn site for me. And besides that, they might have got the damn product, I guess, canceled in some way. Especially with that actually perfect plan, actually, thinking about it, which oh, that small detail, just making sure, a politician actually, brought attention to the damn project itself in Hinamizawa. Just people get more eyes on it from the outside, who are probably, never heard of it all. That's almost, honestly, an amazing plan. Literally. Literally. Just for that. It just revolves around you needing more time, though. It all revolves around time. Especially when the chips are down and they're trying to push for something. Sometimes you have to go an extra mile anyway. Just depends if it's the right thing to do in the situation, though. It's good advice from what you guys technically know and what you learned from other Keiichi and other loops, but right now it means absolutely nothing. Okay, it means absolutely nothing to me. Are there even rules for battles? See, look at that! Keiichi's asking the good questions! Well, anyway, do you have any ideas then? Just gloss over that line that his dad just said. My parents have been alive for more than twice as long as me. Well, your dad's an artist, and I don't know what your mom has picked up a job before, or she's just always been a stay-at-home mom, and your parents met in high school or in college or anything like that, or just met when going from when they're early years to going to be adults, whether that is, and they did that. So to me, just feels like And for the sound of it, it's not even like your dad is like a fiction art, like a fiction artist and stuff like that. Like unless he paints like more historical stuff, then has an interest in that. I don't know if your dad is the right person for this. Like he's more of 18 plus like artwork stuff and sound of it. Yeah, those stuff. So I don't know how much if those are gonna be historically accurate. I don't know it's gonna be that way, but I sincerely doubt it. Your mom seems to have more sense though so far from how many times she read mystery novels though. Well, depending on it depends on if they're more salacious or just more trashy, I guess. Like they're just there for just entertainment, nothing else. They don't have anything else to it. It's not true art. My parents have been alive for more than twice as long as me. They must have had experience with things like this. Maybe. They must have many good ideas, right? At least that's what I thought. They crossed their arms and went silent. Yeah, this could be either way. It's almost like I think it was mentioned before, like Keiichi's like technically the most normal, I guess, person in the bunch. He still has an interesting personality, which I don't even know still why. Like many episodes ago, I was fixating him. He was a very bland protagonist. I don't even know why, honestly. That came to my brain, but he fits the role well, and just it makes sense that if like besides the whole thing in the past, I guess that whole thing. I actually kind of wish there was like I guess more smaller hints about the BB gun incident. I guess a bit, maybe one or two things. Maybe like not in terms of like him bringing it up because obviously he'll never even try to hint at it. But maybe there's probably like some moments where like his behavior technically like latch up to that or anything like that or tension wise. I wish there was like one or two hints, but I guess, well, his behavior and all that, and his demeanor like grew better when he actually got friends here. So I guess there's that too. So meh. At least that's what I thought. But they crossed their arms and went silent. Calling the concentration center is the first thing you should do. But what do you do if that doesn't work? Do you think we can even rely on the law? Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Do you think the police won't do anything until Sadako is seriously injured? I think you can make an appeal. Appeal? What, you mean sue him? No, that's not it. The Child Consultation Center is supposed to take care of the child abuse cases. If you're unsatisfied with the decision they make an appeal to the court? Keiichi, you go to court when you can't resolve an issue with the person you're dealing with. It's the final place you go to. You want the Child Consultation Center to protect Sadako-chan, right? But they made a decision that you disagree with. And? They give the whole rundown of legal troubles and all that. My good gosh. Talked well into the night until everyone is completely exhausted the next day. We need to make an appeal to the Child Consultation Center. If we're unsatisfied with the decision they made, we can simply go and tell them that. We need to go there and explain to them how serious this case is. What is this music now, okay? Yeah, that sounds good. I have no idea what the situation Sadako-chan is in right now. But now I'm just wondering, if like making an appeal like that would just be like, it'll take take it as weirdly, like the situation if like you're, like this whole bunch of your friends and your peers basically just saying, trying to think like from how they would think of they didn't see anything wrong the first time, and yet the immediate day after, they're getting people in the community like appealing, saying you didn't try hard enough, and they go back and they don't see anything happening again, even though Teppei is on alert. Then they didn't. The only reason like they noticed things was weird a other time was because they waited a few days, then called the Child Consultation Center, and then by that point it was clear to see. But even then they didn't do anything. So guess let's see how exactly they go about using the appeal then. If they're misunderstanding what's going on, we need to go there and make it clear. I see, that's the best approach. And if not, we then fucking sue the entire Child Consultation Centers. I don't know about that. I've heard that they never change their decisions once made. Maybe just a waste of time. Well, I'm put it in. If it doesn't change, then I'm next tactic. Then we keep going on and on the board until I'm plan C, then plan G, then plan M through goddamn Y fails, then plan Z, murder. Let's go. We don't know until we try. Giving it before even trying is what losers do. We have to try everything we can. Remember what the principal said? We'll fail if we give up before even trying. Shion, your fire is blazing bright red. Ready to do whatever it takes. Even if that's acting hasty to say Sadako. But surely hot fire is blue and calm. Okay, you're bringing this metaphor into here then, okay. Don't give up. We should do everything we can. What do you think, Chi-sensei? Am I wrong? No. You're not saying anything wrong. You calmed down a lot. I was concerned for you because I thought you might come up with an idea to attack in the dark. What? That's what my mom was saying. No, I can... Wait, what? Did Erie, tell, the teacher or something like that in the third installment and called his parents too before he committed suicide? Or something? What? What is happening? That's what my mom was saying. Is that how people perceive me? Yes, you're a fucking delinquent then. The fucking BB guns are taking it too far. I thought we should wait and see what happens. After hearing everything all of you have said and thinking about what happened last year, I understand this is an emergency situation. People can't change their minds if you're persuasive enough. The Child Consultation Center might change their mind too. Yeah, but what if the person you're talking to is stubborn as well? I'm just wondering how you go about changing someone who's stubborn, honestly. That's one thing that's always been in my mind for a while. The only thing I can think of is either try to I guess use their own beliefs against them. Well, that sounds weird when I say it like that, but I guess point out contradictory stuff in their own belief system, but it goes on to the point that they only listen to what you say, even though what you say is making sense, and they'll just double down on even more still. What was that effect called, where you point out something's wrong in their own thought process, and they tend to double down? Well, it's because they are being attacked in the moment, don't want to be perceived as weak, or just they don't want to feel that they were wrong the entire time. I forget what that effect is called, honestly. The Child Consultation Center might change their mind too. Depends, honestly. They might reverse their decision if you succeed in making an appeal. What do you think? Chi-chan, you should fight with us rather than thinking about it alone. I'm not feeling lonely. I'm not sad because I'm all alone. I mean, you're still, sitting on the desks here. You do sound awfully sad, actually. Who wouldn't be? Maybe you do want to join us. Are you going to say the same thing to Rika, honestly? Oh, boy. Whatever. I know. It's not like I care anything about you people. I care about her. I care about Sadako only. Baka. God damn it. Fine, then. Let's just go to the Child Consultation. Just go to the Child Consultation Center. Just lay down the new law around this part. Slam desks. I'm gonna punch them in the face if they don't do something. That's not a good idea, but I feel your passion now. I guess you calm down or getting some sleep. I'm just serious what this is all. Anyway, let's go and make it happen. I know where the Child Consultation Center is. Come on, Chief-sensei, just drive all these kiddos over to the offices then. They still didn't know until recently, but it's in the first floor of the library. Okay then. Mia and Grennan showed us the location of the city guidebook. Is the library just a municipal building for the sound of it? There's the police station nearby it, or the government building on the second floor, and there's the Child Consultation Center in there. My god, how many goddamn offices are in there at this time? My good god. She's really prepared for this. The office is open until 5:15. Don't try and pick a fight with them. You need to stay calm. What? Are you talking to me, sis? Who do you think I am? I'll cry if I have to. Our goal is to make them change their mind. Use as many tears as possible until it floods the entire place. That's it, Chi-chan. Timmy can make it if we leave right now. It was past 3 o'clock. If we make it before they close, we rush there on our bikes. But they're strict about time, aren't they? They might kick us out as soon as it's time to close. The door will close on time, but once we're inside, they'll never kick us out. Listen, because if you kick them out or just do all that, then you're basically just saying you're supposed to help us, and now you're saying you're gonna throw us out like this, unless Just don't cause disturbance and you'll be fine, because if you just calmly just say everything, they have no technical reason to throw you out, honestly, if you're trying to tell them about something serious. If they do, then, they failed you. Listen, make sure you don't give in when negotiating with these officials. Officials are surprisingly tough. Unlike private citizens, they're not allowed to end a discussion their own. So when you feel like you can't get anywhere by continuing discussion, don't give in. You have to dig deep and make sure they listen to everything we have to say. How do you know all that, Michan? I got a mole on the inside. Who do you think I am? I represent Oreo Sonozaki, member of the mayor's social gathering and the local government monitoring committee. I speak to government officials all the time. Hey, Mion, is it possible Saber using the influence of the Sonozaki family? Intimidation. Well, not if I have to go through Granny. Is it possible to get help from her? Her mind's still stuck in the damn conflict. 100 million with one spirit and stuff like that. Yeah, I was actually talking about that, like that kind of stubborn people, honestly. How do you change their minds, then? She hates the Hojo family to this day. You're talking about Sadako's parents who were for the Dam Project? I never met your grandma, but she needs to learn how to forgive. Like, what was it? That's the one trope I absolutely both hate, and, like, it's there for conflict, which I guess is there, but it gets in my skin so much. The whole, sins of the father thing. Like, what was it? Oh my gosh, that trope appears a lot in, like, Gargoyles, that TV show, and my good god. Like, it was effective for making me hate the villains in some cases, but, my good god, it was aggravating sometimes. Oh boy. Has like, the whole theme of revenge in that as well in there. But she needs to learn how to forgive. It's a thing of the past now. The future is now, old man. God damn it. Exactly. I agree with you, Kei-chan. So the Sonozaki family can't do anything about it. Yeah, we can't. I'm sorry. Old people are stubborn. The officials are stubborn old people then as well? I'm just trying to think of different possibilities, honestly. They cherish Rika-chan, but they don't care about Sadako. That's horrible. I can't forgive Sadako's uncle for aggressively abusing her. I'm not about to forgive other people for quietly abusing her either. Tell those people not to piss off Keiichi Maebara. I'll do just that. Shall we go now? We have no time to waste. Alright. We better hurry. Let's get going. Rika just being dragged along by the hand this whole time. There we go. Do you want to come with us, Rika-chan? Let's go. Rena spoke to Rika-chan, avoiding all conversation. She seemed to have given up all hope yesterday. It was so painful to see her so depressed. Just a waste of time anyway. Okay, just from that line alone, I'm assuming like they already tried this before as well. Oh, good god. It's just a waste of time anyway. Just stop saying anyway. You don't know if it's a waste of time or not unless you try. You people did everything you could in your previous lives. Look at that, see, look at that. Literally saying that. What the fuck do you do then? But you never found a way to save her. This time will be different. Sometimes I really had no idea what she was saying. All I could tell is that she was being negative about the situation. And being negative is bad here. We can't have that. Toxic positivity. Put that fucking smile up. Have you tried going to the chocolate station center already? Yes. Then we should try. Again! Sako-chan is important to you, isn't she? Have to try and see what happens. I'm sure Sako-chan needs your help right now. This world's gonna end soon anyway. What's wrong with her? We have to hurry up. Rika-chan doesn't seem to be interested. It's much for friends. Oh, don't you dare start that, honestly. She's so close to Sadako, but she won't even get off her butt to save her. Never thought I'd hear you say something like that. You used to hate her so much. What? Is your brain working alright? Why do I hate Sadako? Never mind. Fine, I'll come with you people. Nothing to do at home but drink until I pass out anyway. Drink your fucking woes away with alcohol. My good god. You're pissing me off. Are you trying to make a fool out of me? Just stop it, Chi-chan. You stop it too, Rika-chan. My good god. Let's get together and save Sadako-chan. I'm sure we can make a miracle happen if we work together. Yeah, power of friendship and teamwork. But we need everyone to come together. We can't leave any one of us behind. We need you too, Rika-chan. Something that Reina said must have given Rika-chan motivation. I could see a slight sparkle in her eyes. Reina had said something interesting. She said that we could make a miracle happen. It's the same thing I said when this world began. At time... Oh, we're in Rika's perspective now? At that time, I said I couldn't make a miracle happen, but I didn't say how. But Reina just clearly stated that. We can make a miracle happen if we work together. Yes! Miracles can't happen when we work together. And what if there is no miracle? That means we haven't tried hard enough. If we'll do the best we can, a miracle will happen for sure. It's nice optimistic thinking, honestly. I'm getting also reminded of what was it, John Wolf from that horror YouTube channel. Like, he has some good stuff, honestly. And he also like said one cool line of him. It's not that you get like you get like talking about luck. Then you get lucky, put yourself out there. I'm probably forgetting small things he mentioned before, but you get lucky the things you put out there yourself, or like the situation you're in. Like imagine just like getting lucky about meeting someone on the street when you're at home. That's not gonna happen. Like, just imagine those cheesy romance tropes of just randomly meeting someone on the street, like meet cute stuff. Like that's not gonna happen if you're stuck at home. you gotta put the opportunity in there to become lucky at some point. But that's true. Rigo-san is right. People get stronger when they help each other. You can overcome any obstacle when everyone works together. Yep. Hinamizawa was fated to be submerged into water, but 2,000 people got together and brought an end to that destiny, with both a lot of violent protests. So bring an end to destiny. Yes, kill destiny from the very the ground up. Destroy the fabric of reality. Get rid of destiny and fate. As villagers of Hinamizawa, we all know that miracles do happen. We'll win if we work hard together. Okay, using that line here, the miracle in this case is someone murdering the damn foreman. I don't know if that's exactly the same kind of miracle you want to think about here, especially while you're adamant against that. I think you have no choice but to come with us now, Rika-chama. If not, we'll tie you up. We'll kidnap you instead. If you don't come, a miracle won't occur. Your absence will prevent it from happening. So it's gonna be my fault. That's interesting. A miracle is something that we can make happen. But we need everyone's power to make that come true. Destiny can be defeated. Fate can be escaped from. This can't happen with a miracle. Yeah, I guess so. A miracle can happen if we unite. Reina told me yesterday, you'll never come up with a solution if you think about everything by yourself. Let's talk this out together. Don't let fate get the better of you. It's as fragile as a thin sheet of paper. What was that analogy? How can he say that without knowing how stubborn fate can be? To me, a witch trapped within fate. For some reason, his words sounded very persuasive. He usually trained my fate to play the fishing game. In my previous life, Keiichi saved Reina from her devastating fate. Yeah, it was only just out of nowhere. It didn't really seem... Again, like, just your presence changed all that, but, like, it happened several times before and only now starts working then. Happened, like, had to happen over, like, 100,000 times for, the miracle and luck to change, honestly, so there's that to consider in the story. You seem to the world I've been struggling in for over 100 years. Is that easy to change? Keiichi made a fool out of me. Interesting. I'll go with you. That's more like you, Rika-chan. Hi again. Rika, are you sure? Anya looked at me with concern. She wanted to warn me that I'll get hurt if I expect too much. I don't have any coins left to bet. I don't have anything to lose. Well, if you don't have any coins, steal the coins from other people around you. This world is ending soon anyway. But it was the same in my previous life. Thought all was lost when Reina took over the school. But Keiichi turned everything around. She said fate is as fragile as a thin sheet of paper. I give up in this world anyway, but I'm interested. Fate will betray you anyway. I'll get hurt as to see it happen to you. Don't worry, I'm not gonna get depressed anymore. I know tears led to the shed. I know that they can't save Sadako no matter what happens. That's why I'm doing this. The first time we ever gone to the Child Consultation Center. Keiichi can't make any miracles happen. Henya spoke to me in a stern voice. Miracles are called miracles because they don't happen easily. If it can happen at any time, it's not a miracle. Yeah. Again, I had this code brought up, just, actually bring up, the statistical probability of miracles happening. So, there's that. Even something more to consider, honestly. Just something that was meant to be. I'm not sending anything. I'm just interested. I'm curious how Keiichi's gonna make this his mood after saying how easy can change fate. Rika, please don't hurt yourself anymore. Yeah, I was told, people in the comments of mentioning him, wasn't it the manga? They mentioned before of him, I don't know if I can say your username, honestly, there's a lot of characters, sorry. But, there was, a small, more, even darker scene where, Rika technically, was almost with a, characters with the same exact knife, almost similarly to, how she did with him, when Shin, she tried, attacking Shin with pepper spray, honestly, in the mace, in the Miyakashi installment. And she just, put a knife to her chest and then realized that, this wouldn't help Sadako either. And then realizing she technically did this almost every other time this happened when the uncle appeared. And then she got sad about that and, stopped it there. Which was probably actually wish that was stayed in there. Not because of how dark it is, but that's actually a nice, thing to put in there. I guess, going against Suis and all that. Actually, similar to the topic now, I mentioned once before about, this one story. That, the whole thing of, survival instinct, stuff like that. No one is truly an actual monster. I actually recommend that story right now. Check out this fanfic, this one, fanfic that's called, Danganronpa Operation VK. It's honestly a really good story. It tackles that kind of subject as well. It's really good. It's very interesting to read through, honestly. It's better to read off, I guess, all about, you should know the entirety of, the main line of Danganronpa games, also Zero Escape, since, they bring up a lot of, small, plot points around, and, just running jokes to talk about. They also reference some other, games they like, and, I think they're also a fan of Higurashi and Yume Neko. I know for a fact that you like Yume Neko and all that, because, I still remember some lines in that story, the whole, I nitpicked before about the story of, my being here. They have those kind of lines sometimes. And also they wrote, 2 stories of Yume Neko, which I have not touched at all. Which, yeah, if you're interested, check it out. Just look it up. It's good. It's good. It's in the middle of this episode, so no one can, properly skip by this, or just, skip by us at the end of the episode. Rika, please don't hurt yourself anymore. That's none of your business. Get out of here. Stern, don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me how to don't tell me how to be happy. I wasn't expecting anything. I was just trying to enjoy my last week alive, like watching a TV show. I had to admit I was possessed by a strange feeling. It was a little bit exhilarating. I was nervous as if anticipating something. I felt the same way when Keiichi remembered the memories in the past, my previous life. I didn't have any coins left to make the bet, but I knew what this feeling meant. If I had a coin left in my heart, I would bet everything on this feeling. Just spawn one out, in the middle of your chest, and just, will it out. It doesn't work out after everything, it doesn't work out after trying every option. We'll have no choice but to give up. Well, there's no need for us to give up. Sadako's gonna be saved. You had better prepare a clean blanket for Sadako. She's coming back to you very soon. And I feel bad if she didn't have a soft bed waiting for her. I like that, Keiichi. Well then, let's go. You might tear apart fate like a thin sheet of paper after all. Just get some scissors. Brand name Destiny ripping scissors. Yeah, right now, I feel like I could take on the ruler of hell. Satan, come at me! I'm gonna make them change their decision. I stood up from my seat. Keiichi's a very good speaker. That's why I never get bored with him. I've been with him for 100 years, but he still keeps me entertained. If he wasn't, you'd be out of it by now, apparently, then. Okay. We're going to the Child Consultation Center now. Do you want to come with us, Chi-sensei? Drive us, drive us. I'm gonna talk to the Board of Education. Gosh dang, with the bike there furiously hard. Like I don't know, like when actually does like Japanese schools let out? Like it was at 5. It takes an hour to get there by bike, or like to the train station and I take it there. Did they let out around 4 or 3? In high school, it's like it's around like 2:30 or so. So yeah. They're under the same branch of government as the Child Consultation Center. It might help if I talk to them. After all, I'm working for the public too. That's true. They might listen to what you say. Let's ever take care of that while we take care of our business. Let's fight them. Not physically, from the sound of it. Alright, let's go everybody! Yeah! Even knowing that everything is doomed, part of me felt like something good might happen. Might. Hanyo told me that it was only a waste of time. I felt the same way until a few minutes ago, but I had become much more interested. I had no idea what would happen. I wanted to see how Keiichi was planning to defeat this destiny. I raised my fist in the air along with them and hurried to the exit. As for Sadako, she didn't come to the school again today. Teppei called the school and told them that she still had a fever. He said that he's going to keep her home for a few days until she gets better. Oh boy. She said that she thinks Teppei knows she called the child consultation center. He must be worried that Sadako will rat him out if he lets her go to school. I don't want to think about it, but it's possible Sadako has visible bruises by now. That could obviously be why he wouldn't let her go to school. Everything was happening much earlier. Sadako's situation was worsening earlier than it did in my previous lives. Yeah. I'm also just trying to think of, thinking about, like, the situation, like, all this kind of stuff wouldn't be, like, probably wouldn't be, like, this good, honestly, as well, with, Mia and, like, you know, having ties, like, you know, like, I guess a strong force in the town itself. At least had more experience, and honestly, at that. I'm wondering now, like, how to be if, like, a entire group of people didn't have all this, like, resources then. Probably a bit more dark, I guess. But there could be something. How long are they gonna make us wait? The fucking DMV, like, lines, apparently. Once people seem free, they should let us talk to them. They're on their communal, afternoon lunch break. Those are just general office workers. We have to talk to the actual social worker responsible for the case. That's basically just walking to some random person, like, tell us all you know about this child case. And like, I just work paperwork. I don't do anything else. Please stop talking to me. I wonder if they're busy because of a lot of cases like this. I don't know about that. I wish they didn't have so many issues to deal with. Oh. They probably don't have a lot, then. This world is tragic. So many kids are being abused. After 30 minutes, they finally called my name. I wrote down my name in the registration, as Mia can't let them know she's from the Sonozaki family. We can't have the intimidation happen. I'm Maebara. My first name is Maebara. My last name is Keiichi. My name was called. I went to the receptionist to find out uniformed older lady. She must be one of the office workers Mion mentioned. Was she really going to be the one dealing with us? Hello, Maebara-san. I see you're here with 4 other friends. How can I help you today? The only thing I wrote in the registration was that I want to talk about Sadako Hojo. Well, we're here to talk about Sadako Hojo's case. Chi-sensei from the Hinamizawa branch school called and made a report yesterday. We'd like to discuss the case. Are you her friends? Yes. We're her classmates. Would you please give me a general summary of what you wish to discuss? I heard that you guys put a hold on it because you determined that there wasn't any abuse happening. So I come here today in order to explain Sadako's situation in more detail. I see. Please wait a few more minutes. If that was it from her, then look at that. Wait and see again. A real social worker should be coming here to talk with us. Paging the doctor and the social worker to come down to the main lobby, please. She was just asking us basic information. With that done, she was talking on the phone and explaining to someone what I just told her. What did she ask? She asked me why I was here. She told me to wait for a few more minutes. I hate waiting like this. Exactly, me and you both. Are those posters and advertisements you've been reading that interesting me? Just read, just reading this completely just empty kind of magazines. I see lots of flyers about abuse. I guess we came to the right place. At least this chapter's it's going more into like a, turning more into like, oh, what was it? Like, yeah, the sound of it, like, it's turning more into a PSA, which it's nice. It's nice. Report the abuse before it escalates. Check out that slogan. Check it out. There's a bunch of posters with slogans like that in here. Guess this is what the Child Consultation Center is for. Is there any help if it's inside the building, though? Rika-chan was right. They should be posting them all over the city, not just inside the building. I mean, I remember seeing them different towns, even when I go to different states, honestly, a bunch of pamphlets areas, even like normal office buildings. But I don't know if there was any kind of stuff like that anywhere near, much as events happen in the town and stuff like that. So, Maebara-sama, thank you for waiting. Please go to the room number 2. It's our turn now. Let's go. Sprint. As we walked, we soon saw rooms numbered 1 through 3. There's only 3 rooms. Oh, hey, it's this locker room again. Wowee, with that same dent in the metal locker wall. No, nice. I thought we were going to be talking to the counter like you do at the bank. What? But they have individual rooms. I was not expecting that, honestly. I guess for privacy reasons. Most of the people who come here don't want other people listening to their conversation. But I think abuse might be increasing because people try to keep the issue quiet. People tend not to talk about their family issues. Yeah. Room number 2. It's this one. I can say that for sure. As I knocked, I heard the voice of a woman telling me to come in. Hello? Hey, nice ceiling. It was a very small room. Well, I should say it was narrow. It wasn't wide, but it was very long. Oh. There was a counter in the middle, which split the room into 2. The woman was sitting on the other side of the counter. She told us to take a seat, but there were only 2 chairs. Everyone sit cross-legged on the floor now. I sat down, since we registered under my name. Mia wouldn't sit because she felt that Sanosuke's sister shouldn't be in the front. Reina tried to offer the seat to Rika-chan, but she refused too, so Reina ended up taking it. It was such a tiny room that it was better for us to take a seat. It was very cramped with the 5 of us. I'm sorry. We usually expect to see the parents, so we only have 2 chairs. I understand that. So, how may I help you today? Should I do the talking? Well, we're students from the Hinamizawa branch school, and we're Sadako Hojo's friends. The school reported that she was being abused at the Child Consultation Center, and I believe that a social worker went to her house last night. We heard that you put a hole in her case. We're here today so we can explain to you how urgent the matter is. Mia nodded. It seemed like we're doing okay so far. What are you trying to explain to us? Will you please tell me? Well, I know it's only been 2 days since her uncle took her away, but it's only a matter of time before he starts hurting her. In fact, Sadako suffered terrible abuse at the hands of her uncle last year as well. We believe it's only a matter of time before that happens again. So we would like for you to save Sadako from her uncle before it does. But from what we understand, the Child Consultation Center has decided to wait and see, right? Are you gonna neglect her? I can't believe that you let her there just because she's not getting physically abused. You have to be responsible when she really gets hurt. Shion probably didn't like how politely I was speaking to her. She was already flaring up the rage of the social worker. Okay, calm that temper, girl. It looked like Mia didn't want her to tear into her. However, she let Shion finish, as she get even more furious if we try to stop her. The woman seemed to be used to people losing their temper, and she continued without reacting to Shion's outburst. Well, I wanted to make it clear that we are still working on her case. The results are still pending. We're not abandoning her or neglecting her. Working on her case. They're not abandoning her. They're currently reviewing options, I suppose, or waiting and seeing. While the mature phrasing made me sort of think it might be rude and hard to say they were abandoning her, Reina quietly opened up her mouth. But you left her there without doing anything last night. No one can fool Reina. Taking their time to review options is the exact same thing as abandoning her. Fact is, they left her in the house without taking any actions to prevent her from being abused. We sent a social worker to her house and they met with her guardian. We cannot talk about the case any further for privacy reasons, However, we are not neglecting her. We're going to look after her and her father so they can have a healthy life together. And her father? He's not her father. He's her uncle. Are you sure you really did an investigation? Excuse me. You're correct, they're uncle and niece. Anyway, we'll be directing them so guardian and child can form a healthy relationship. Shiona pounced on her mistake immediately. I didn't think she'd be so snappy, but at this point, I was starting to understand how different their sense of urgency was from ours. Well, excuse me, but Sodeko was living a happy life before, without any support from her uncle. First of all, her uncle disappeared from her life for a full year prior, and now he's returned and kidnapped her away. Isn't that a crime? It wasn't a kidnapping. It's the law that a child must live with their guardian, points in the lib. According to Article 821 of the Constitution, the legal guardian of a child is... He neglected Sadako for 1 year. How can he still be considered a guardian? Shion, that's what the court decided when her parents died, the curse of Oyashiro-sama. Are you serious? That guy is her legal guardian now? Yes, unfortunately. I don't know the specific article law it's written in, but minors must abide by their guardians. In other words, every child has a guardian. They have to have one. That's Article 818 of the Civil Code. When Sadako's parents died, her aunt and uncle automatically became her guardians, right? Yes, the close relative gets custody. It seems her aunt and uncle were Sadako's only relatives. If Sadako and Satoshi refused them, they could have had a different guardian, though. But they were the children of the Hojo family, the enemy in the dam conflict. No one's gonna take care of them. They were different from Rikashama. Lots of people wanted to be her guardian, but Father Kimiyoshi got custody of her. Father Kimiyoshi, okay. I knew that the Hojo family was in favor of the dam project, and the whole village hated her family for that reason. But I thought everything was over after they canceled the project and Sadako's parents died. Was I aware of the difference? The difference between how the villagers treat Sadako and how they treat Rika-chan? Oh boy, and I'm just wondering about they just only like treat her with a kind of respect because she's like Rika just around her all the time basically. And everyone just like hates her like behind the scenes, honestly. Oh boy. The villagers don't abuse Sadako like her uncle. Not that way, but there's also the whole thing of not talking to her at all. But maybe there were small thorns left in the village, and they were stinging Sadako occasionally. I can't say this too openly, but Sadako's family had more assets than her uncle's, and by becoming her guardians, they gained control over those assets. That's why they shamelessly took over Sadako's home. Do you know where they used to live? It was this ridiculously tiny place. That's horrible. It's smaller than the 2-story shack that Rika and Sadako lived in before. That'd be so funny. This guardian neglected Sadako-chan for over a year, right? Can he still claim custody of her? Can he? Well, in Part 4, Chapter 4 of the Civil Code, there are provisions for the loss of custody. Go legal loopholes, loopholes. I always love when a story just like goes through loopholes with this mystery otherwise. It's so great. It's so goddamn great, honestly. Love it to death. Love it to death. Rules lawyering. The woman opened a thick book in the counter and showed us that page. I didn't completely understand what it says on there. It seemed that a parent can lose custody when they're being irresponsible. So the law can take away their right to be someone's guardian. Wait a minute. It's this thing about court. Wait, let me see. Just reading it. Like, now this is legal, like, reading legal documents. The episode, the chapter. At the behest of the child's relatives or public prosecutor, the family court may make a ruling for the loss of parental authority. What the heck is this? So we have to sit around and wait for a family court's ruling before we can lose custody? That's too slow. Yeah. Well, if something urgent happens, we can temporarily protect her under custody. We will also need approval of the family court in that case. Oh, here. Article 834 for the loss of parental authority. Doesn't this appeal to Teppei Hojo? It is a fact that the guardian, Teppei Hojo, abandoned his responsibilities as a guardian for over a year. What was the senator's opinion on that? I can't answer for privacy reasons, but the senator requests an explanation in that matter as well. And you accepted his explanation and decided to wait and see. He went on a very long business trip and I'm left without a babysitter. Okay, I see. Like I mentioned, We are currently working in this case. The safety of the child is our #1 priority, and we'll make sure that she will have a healthy lifestyle in a safe environment. We weren't on the same page at all. Yay. They just weren't understanding the urgency. I never met this type of guy. Not now in this timeline. Not in person. I only know about the situation based on what my friends told me about last year, and what Chi-sensei told us. But I still understood very well. I understood that something really bad was going to happen if we didn't take any action right now. She was being abused by her uncle and aunt last year, too. Are you sure the same uncle can take care of her? You still have the records from last year, don't you? I can't discuss her past record with you for privacy reasons, but you are taking everything into consideration. She didn't come to school yesterday, and she didn't come today either. He called the school and told them that she has a cold, but don't you think it's a bit odd that she hasn't come to school since she showed up? That's true. But then she really might be sick. I think we should keep our eyes on her and see what happens. Yay. We just know that Sadako doesn't want to be with her uncle. Her uncle is forcing her to stay with him. Our social worker spoke with the child and made a decision after doing so. So that's it, isn't it? Are you not taking this case seriously because she made a false report long ago? I cannot talk about that for privacy reasons. Taking everything into consideration. Yay. Sadako is telling you that she's not being abused because she feels guilty about her brother Satoshi. She may have told you that she's not being abused, but I don't believe that statement. Do you know people can lose the will to seek help when they have depression? Ah! Stop making excuses and hurry up and say Sadako! I'm not gonna forgive you people if something happens to her. You'll end up hurt if you don't do something about this. Well, I'm still asking politely. Politely. This is technically politely. Stop it, Shion. You're making us look bad. I don't know what her uncle said to the social worker, but he's a violent guy. Please don't be fooled by him. I mean, look at that. He had a cigarette in his mouth. He didn't light it, but look at that. Look at that goddamn Hawaiian shirt. That just reeks of violence. Reeks of red violence. I just wanted to make that clear. So please, speak with your social worker and persuade them to make the call to save Sadako at once. We ask that you do this for us. Someone's getting emotional, but Mian calmed them down, and Reina summed it up nicely. I stopped speaking to see what she was going to say next. You mean her caseworker? I understand your concerns. I'll tell them that Sadako-san's friends, 3, 4, 5... 5 of her friends came here and made an appeal to us. We'll continue to look closely in this case, so please let us know when you have further information. Thank you for supporting the Child Consultation Center, and thank you very much for sharing your valuable time with us today. That was that. Didn't seem to change too much, honestly. But it does sound like what I guess like a government worker would sound like it, like all that, like customer service voice and all that, saying the same things and all that. It's not the whole fact that you're speaking as yourself, you're speaking as a whole company, usually when it's the same situation, so you kind of have to put that act on anyway. We were still in Okonomiya. We were in the city park, devoid of playing children, staring vacantly up at the madder, red sky in silence. I felt they didn't even really listen to our story. But they also didn't try to kick us out. He's probably just a person that deals with complaints, and the actual social worker that deals with Sadako-chan. That's why she's phrasing everything the way she did. Yay. What did you think about the whole thing, Mion? You're a resident in the know-how mole information contact into this, so give us a lowdown. Well, I feel like we were wrestling with a tree. We didn't get pushed or pulled, but you can't get past the tree. The same as talking to a wall. Well, it's time to get a bulldozer then. Well, that's not true. She said they will forward our information to the social worker. Like I said, she doesn't know Sadako-chan in person, so she didn't really have any stake in it herself. So you think we accomplished something today, Reina? It's something small. I don't think it was a waste of time. I don't think her passion will be understood by the actual person who's working the case. Just tell them that Sadako Hojo's 5 friends came and requested for them to take her under their custody. What about the social worker? Can we talk to that person directly? I don't know. I heard it's a very tough job. I think it'd be difficult for us to meet him or her in person. Especially if there's so many other cases to work with, honestly. There's also the whole talk about if it's like something similar like public defender stuff, from like public defenders are usually defense attorneys who are not like hired by an actual law employed by an actual law firm, and they're just there for like people who can't really hire a lawyer like that. They're just like last resort, I guess. If they can't get a lawyer, the whole you have the right to get a lawyer, and if you don't, a lawyer will be provided to you type of deal. But usually public defenders have so much case in their play that sometimes they don't have the full entire story, and sometimes they don't get the entire right idea of what's happening and have to rush from thing to thing. It gives up so many things to worry about. Not only people like focusing on that apparently. Oh boy. It's gonna be difficult for us to meet him or her in person. Someone even threatened to hurt them if they didn't do anything while she was still asked them politely. According to Mion, there are lots of problematic clients who show up at the child consultation center. It's not a rare thing for them to get an aggressive visitor like Shion, so yeah. Probably even worse, honestly. Not even just verbally snippy. Probably maybe even more than that, honestly. It's so difficult to tell them how passionate we are. Just write a strongly worded letter and send it along. It's so difficult to tell them how passionate we are. They might treat us coldly if they took our passion for simple anger. I thought you were used to talking with government officials, Mion. Can you talk to them instead of me? It's not that she's good at talking. They just listen to her because she's Mion Sonozaki. It's because you are higher in the totem pole. Yay. You saw how they treated us today. You didn't put the Sonozaki name into it, so yeah. If she announced herself as Sonozaki, we wouldn't have been in such a small room. We wouldn't have been speaking to the manager in the reception room. Right? The manager? Mion gave a vague smile and didn't comment. Yeah. Mion's greatest weapon is her family name. Without that weapon, she's just as ordinary as the rest of us. I shouldn't be thinking about this. But the Sonozaki family forgave Sadako's family. It would be really easy for them to save her. There's that. That's the only other way we can actually do this. So the Sonozaki family still hates the Hojo family. No one has publicly stated that we hate them, but it runs pretty deep. That hag of a grandmother is the one who hates the Hojo family. Her opinion hasn't changed since we were in the middle of the dam conflict. Well, I mean, even from the sound of it, of what was implied in other installments, the rest of the committee also just technically still holds a massive grudge, even though Sadako wasn't the one involved at all. Yay, sins of the father territory all over again, or just the fact that they exist at all. Yay. Can you hear the enthusiasm, absolute joy in my voice. Yay. It's been so many years, but you still can't let go of the past. Stop it, Chi-chan. Sadako-chan is Sadako-chan. She's your precious friend. Doesn't matter what her last name is. She went quiet. No sounds for a while, but apparently to those people, it matters a great deal. Reina was right. Just like how Sadako's last name doesn't matter what Mion's last name is either. The important thing is that our friend is being abused. Right now. We have to do everything we can to save her from that situation. We all looked up at the sky as we listened to the sound of cars passing by. We all felt hopeless. We had no idea what to do. Was what we did today gonna help Sadako at all? It would have been better if they just kicked us out. That way, we could have been angry with them. After being treated politely like that, we had no choice but to back off and see what they were gonna do. We were just forced to wait and see what happens. Everyone's trying to figure out what our next option was. I couldn't expect Chi-sensei to tell us what everything was taken care of at the Board of Education. That'd be too good to be true. What shall we do next? I murmured to myself. If someone responded with a good idea. The silence reminded me that everyone was just as stuck as me. Keiichi? Mika-chan. I'm sorry. I was running my mouth off, but I have no idea what to do now. I don't believe this. What? I looked at her. I realized the expression in her face was stronger than ever. You told Shion yesterday you didn't have a good idea at the moment. But you said you would figure something out. You told her to trust you. Pressure! So I trusted you. Look at that fucking pressure on Keiichi, yay! I'm not gonna believe it. I'm not gonna believe that you would even mention that you had no idea. I'm not gonna believe that. I could see tears in her eyes. Rika-chan was so sure that I could do something about the situation. You said it. You said that fate is as fragile as a thin piece of paper. I don't believe your words. I still believe you. Because you can easily defeat fate. So, please help. Help us escape from this fate. Help Sadako. Help her. A tear rolled down from the corner of her eye. My heart was from the same way. Damn it, damn it, damn it! An innocent girl was becoming a prisoner of a tragic fate. She desperately needed help. I told them that they could trust me. In other words, that they could count on me. That they could bet on me. I mean, betting is not an easy thing. If I lost, they'd lose their coins too. What does it mean to trust someone? It's about making a bet on that person. It's about betting a coin. It's about betting hope. Trusting someone is tantamount to placing your hopes in them. I told Shion yesterday. I told her to trust me. I didn't say it just because. I knew that those words meant something very serious. But now, they're betraying Rika-chan and seeing her tears. I'm trying to realize just how serious it is. Only now you do? And now the fact that Rika brought it up, I'm now even Shion's mad at you. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my god. Like, and like, look at that. Rika even spawned a new coin of hope to bet on you, and look at that. It's been wasted now. It went down into the tube. It went to a gumball machine, and it dispensed nothing, even though it looks full. My good god. I looked at Shion. She was in rage again. Me and tried to calm her down, but she didn't have any ideas either. Just calm down. You're telling me to calm down to everything that happened? Yeah. What about Reina? She's always very reliable in a situation like this. I expected to see her strength. However, Reina also looked depressed. We didn't even know if what we did was a meaningful thing. Reina looked down with a devastated expression on her face, since she couldn't come up with another option either. Damn it, I have to do something for them. Reina's blue fire will melt iron. Mion can be strong when the wind is in our favor. Shina's the same way. They'll move forward strongly when the wind is backing them up. They grow weak when the wind is blowing against them. Despite the whole situation, Rika-chan still believes in us. What's the analogy for her? She believes that we can do something if we all come together. That's right, we all agreed. We said to each other that we could make a miracle happen if we all worked together. What am I? If Reina's the blue fire, I'm the red fire. Then who's the one in between? Who's the orange fire? I burn brightly and give strength to everyone. That's right. I'm Keiichi Maebara. I'm the magician of words. I have to motivate everyone. The blue fire won't light up again unless the red fire does too. When the fire is lit, there will be wind. Mion and Shino will become stronger too. Thank you. You just made me realize something, Rika-chan. This music is back now. Now the flames inside me are really starting to blaze. I was gonna say I don't want to ruin the moment a tiny bit, but I'm pretty sure for a gas stove, the blue flames start up first, usually. So I don't think I'm ever seeing a lot of flames that are just red or orange and nothing else blue. I don't know about that. I haven't seen a lot of that. Unless it's like normal flick lighters. Keiichi, we can't give up now. We're members of the strongest club ever, the Demon Club. Nothing can stop us when we get together. I can't become depressed over a small thing like this. Rika-chan woke me up. I just realized how serious it is that people trust in me. Rika-chan knew our personalities well, and she figured out just who she should motivate first. Whoa, I'm really starting to burn up. Maybe you should dash yourself with a fire extinguisher nearby. Hey, Mion, stop being depressed. Stop being depressed. Get out of the gutter. This is where we're supposed to get angry, man. Everyone looked at me with wide eyes. They turned to my powerful voice. They were both surprised by my sudden shout, in waiting anticipation of the vigor of my call. More and more clearly, I could see it. This is Keiichi Maebara's role in this club. I don't think we can do we did anything in the Child Concentration Center. Just like Reina was saying, They're just gonna force small notes in the five of us made a visitation. But being treated like that has lit the fires of our anger. You're right. It feels like they gave us the cold shoulder. We were trying to get them to realize how much danger Sadako is in. Write a strongly worded letter. Send it in. Right now. We have to fight now. We had no time to be sitting all depressed in the park. So where to next? But Keiichi-kun, what are we supposed to do next? Stalk Teppei the uncle, apparently. Don't tell me that you think we had no more options left. If this was a club activity, you guys would be losing right now. Oh, this is fun. I was feeling depressed too, but now I got a burning passion in my heart. That's a unique feeling. I'm depressed determination. Okay. I felt like I was cheering myself up. Why was I being so sad? Being sad is for wimps. Don't do that. Please don't say that. If I wanted to save Sadako, I had no time to rest. It was like the final seconds of the last round of a boxing match where we were at a disadvantage. If I stand there stupefied, I'll lose by indecision. So the option is to press the attack. Was I supposed to give up just because I couldn't knock out the opponent with one punch? No! If I couldn't take him out in one, I'd have to throw 2 or 3 punches. Or kicks. Or, well, I don't think kicking's allowed in boxing, but still. I had to try until I can finally knock him out. You're saying that we are gonna go there tomorrow? Close, but not exactly. We're gonna go even higher the totem pole in this goddamn government office. I had no idea what's in your mind. But it sounds very interesting. It isn't like our club to cry ourselves to sleep. We need to turn this headwind around. Yes, Mina's getting her willpower back too, with the power of wind again. Just to get a pinwheel and everything will be fine. Use it to soak your power. That's right, I agree with Keiichi-kun. Marina, you maybe should carry on a lighter now from all times. For all this power stuff. I'm ashamed that I was so depressed. Let's fight. But what exactly are you trying to do? Remember, everyone, that woman really pissed us off today, but just told us what our next option is. She never thought she was giving us a hint. She made a huge mistake. That's a way to phrase it. On top of that, the next option is something that I'm really good at. Talking way through everything, apparently. Well, if everyone, like, properly listens to you anyway. There's that. Oh, that was it. Okay, usually there's a third one. That's 2 new tips then. Bank book frustration. Oh, I'm Rena's dad then. Fired burning deep within achievement. Without the passion of the heart, she'll never be saved. Okay, that's kind of nice. Something giving next is a hint about them going and talking, I guess, for the line, like trying to talk to the social work itself. Although it's gonna be hard to actually talk to them itself, but so what else is there right now then? What are these two? Like, the receptionist note and bank book frustration. Ah, these two. Okay. There's something's happened with Teppei then again with the bank book stuff. You know, it has a lot of, like, quite a bit of money though. No. Okay. Date, blank. Year, blank. Subject, about Sadako Hojo-san. Visitor, Keiichi Maebara and 4 other friends. They are requesting protection for Sadako Hojo-san, to save her from being abused by her uncle. Already being dealt with? Question. I'm cleaning out the refrigerator, so please remove your personal belongings by this evening. Well, okay then. Wowee. Wow, okay then. Receptionist note. Yay. Ugh. Teppei suspected that Sadako was hiding more money somewhere. But in reality, she had none at all. Teppei had asked her how she survived until now, but she told him that she didn't have to use any money because she was living with her friend. Technically, that's also true. Teppei made some money off of illegal gambling. While he had some of that money saved up, he had no intention to use it on living expenses. However, there was no way Sadako didn't have the money. Teppei was convinced of that. Teppei's wife, Sadako's aunt, once taken away the family bank book when Sadako's parents died in the accident. It's somewhere locked away somewhere in this house. But her aunt also died last year, and Satoshi's gone too. Means Sadako should have hidden the bank book somewhere. However, no matter how much he threatened her, he told him that she didn't know anything about it. He continued to question Sadako, still believing that she was hiding it somewhere. He couldn't beat her, because her teacher in the child consultation center would suspect him. So he wouldn't beat her. Instead, he spoke to her in a loud and violent voice and broke furniture in front of her. Threatening people like that is Teppei's forte. However, Sadako continued to claim that she had no clue about the bank book. She didn't seem to be lying. After destroying the whole living room, leaving Sadako frightened like a scared little animal, Teppei finally believed that Sadako had no idea where the bank book was. In that case, where could it be? Teppei had two ideas. One idea was that his wife hid somewhere in secret. That was my first thought. The other idea was that Satoshi took it after his wife's death and hid it somewhere else. That's also very resourceful. Either way, he was certain that it was hidden somewhere in the house. Secretly, the bank book is actually just buried deep into the forest, apparently. That's why Sadako was like making a lot of those the holes in the forest and making traps out of it. She's covering up her looking for the goddamn treasure money so far from so many years ago. He told Sadako to clean up that mess he made in the living room and started searching around the house. Oh, this just looks like a snack shack or just like like shutter for like a storefront. Huh. Teppei was starting to get bored with Sadako. He heard that Sadako's parents had a lot of money saved up, but his wife had taken control of the money for herself. Since his wife had been quite thrifty, he was sure that she has a bank book somewhere without using it. Once he got his hands on the money, he could move somewhere else entirely. That's the other reason how he could, I guess, move out. Teppei was still acquainted with a few people from the gambling spot in Gogura. People he used to help out are still hanging around that area. They still owe him. They should at least let him crash there. It was great that Sadako takes care of all the chores in the house, but Teppei felt uncomfortable about being watched by both the school and the consultation center. Teppei, all too aware of the man of violence, couldn't stand living in Sadako without being violent towards her. The more he suffered, the stronger his urge to beat up Sadako grew. And Teppei only knew joy through forcing others who resisted to submit. Testing to see how violent he could be before the help of Sadako resisted him was something he was excited to try eventually. Still upset over the visitation by the school teacher, Teppei promised himself that he would destroy Sadako's life before leaving the village. Yay. Oh, good god. There was a part of me that was like wondering the worst case scenario, and I don't want to consider that. Something of not leaving any bruises. Oh, good god. I don't want to think about that anymore. Okay, then, well, so Keiichi apparently has an idea of how to take the next step for all of this, and I like all these tips actually showcasing how more stressed out Teppei is actually being. That's actually a nice little detail, but he's not leaving unless he finds that bank book around, and especially with people watching him right now, it's gonna make things even harder for him. Like, literally, the bank book literally is literally the last thing that's gonna make him leave. The second he has that, especially with him, I don't know if it's, like, because of the school board itself and the Child Consultation Center, like, watching him, like, making him, like, think about Sadako is boring to, like, I guess, like, lord over, I guess. But if it's really just that, like, he just thinks that way no matter what without all that, oh, like, Oh, ruin, like, her life before all of that as well. He literally just, like, he was planning to leave no matter what anyway. But, like, Sadako did say that her uncle was still around that morning. And if he actually did find the bank book in the third chapter, like, in some miraculous cases still alive, in some case like that, then he just took it and ran that day. That's just one possibility to think about? Maybe. Okay, then. Well, then I guess, like, okay, I don't know what exactly Keiichi's thinking of what the next step to be then right here, especially in Child Consultation Center. Especially if they, by extension, they already, like, let a report for the police then about that, all the case like that. I'm just, like, actually, like, trying to consider actual more, like, real-life practical scenarios and issues to work with here right now. So, But so far, Rika's, like, still in that cusp of actually, getting some of her hope back, I guess? Like, getting out of that depressive state. And I'm actually trying to trust everything that's happening around her. Like, actually going with the flow and see where this new lock will take it. But since everything has been done before, That means like something must be new, that must be drastically different that happened from everyone remembering everything that happened last installments in some sense, in some case. So, that's gonna be interesting to see what Keiichi's next step is, and I can't imagine what it is, but I guess we'll figure out what Keiichi's next step for his plan would be, all for next time. So, have a fun time watching this as I am playing this. Hope to see you next time, what time that may be, and I hope you a fantastic day.